Rise of the Beast is upon us. It's so exciting, and I'm very, very amped to show you the Yolopark AMK series Optimus Primal. Yolopark sent me this, as well as Bumblebee and Optimus. I've already done videos on Bumblebee and Optimus Prime, if you want to check those out. But I saved my personal favorite for last. This Optimus Primal figure is incredible, and I adore it, and Yolopark, it's so cheesy to say it, but Yolopark has knocked it out of the park. They make incredible non-transforming Transformers figures. And yes, this is a model kit, but it's not a model kit in the traditional sense. We'll get into that. However, this Primal's... Yes. Yes. That's what I will say right now. Let's set him off to the side, though, and take a quick look at this box. Because it is kind of, you look at it, it's a more traditional model kit box. It does have... a nice picture of Optimus Primal right there, as well as him in his monkey mode. You can see AMK series, Yolopark, all these cool little things. And you can see a really cool picture of him on the side there. We haven't seen a lot of renders and things of Optimus Primal, especially in the robot mode, so it's really cool to see it on the box. However, like I said, this is not a model kit in the traditional sense, because as you can see, it is a figure that is pretty much, as you can see from this quick little snippet from my unboxing, it's shoulders, arms, panels, torso, head, feet, done. You just pop it together. It's not anything you need to cut. It's not anything you need to paint. No stickers, nothing like that. It is just a nice, simple model kit, essentially made to, to be good for, I don't know, kids 8+. Because toys are for kids, after all. Especially these, they're very affordable. They're only about $30 each. So, if a kid wants a nice version of Optimus Primal and, doesn't want to worry about having to transform it, if they're, kind of, they can't really handle transforming a smaller figure, this is a really nice option. Really, really cool figure. This Optimus Primal, too, in my opinion, is the best out of all of them. Yolopark does amazing work. And they really nailed it with this Optimus Primal. So what does he come with? He comes with a lot. More than the other figures, actually. So taking a look at hands right now. He has a right open hand that he currently has on him. And he has a left weapon holding hand, which as you can see is holding his really cool Beast Wars style swords. And we'll get into his faces here soon too. He's kind of waving high for you at the moment. He has a left open hand. And the hands are really nice. They're kind of soft, too, so you don't have to worry about them breaking or anything. So then he also has a right-fisted hand right there. And he has the matching right weapon-holding hand, so he can kind of dual-wield with the swords. And speaking of the swords, let's get this out of his hand. So the best way to do it, in my opinion, is just pop the hand off. Kind of similar to, a model kit. And then what I do, I kind of slide it, and then you untab it, and slide that out. And you can see he's got the really cool Beast Wars-style swords. Man, it's so cool seeing Optimus Primal with these swords. And they attach really well. They tab in real nice, and then once you get the hand around them, they're not going anywhere. They're really solid. Of course, we can just have him with one sword in each hand, which I actually haven't done this yet. So let's take a look at this. The hands, I haven't mentioned this in the other videos, they swap so nice. Like, they pop real firm. They just go real nice. It's just so good. I mean, look at this, man. Look at this guy. Tell me that this isn't cool. Because this is really, really cool. But last and not least with his accessories, Optimus Primal actually gets an interchangeable face. So let's take a look at the face I have on him. This is not the face that he comes packaged with. I just wanted to show this on him because this is really cool. This is the first Optimus Primal toy we've had from Rise of the Beast that has the Beast Wars accurate face. So he's got like the faceplate covering his nose and his chin, but his mouth is exposed. That is super cool. The movie is just about to come out by the time this video is out. It comes out like today or tomorrow. But we don't really know if this is a part of the movie quite yet, because pretty much every clip we've seen of him in the robot mode, he has the full faceplate. And this figure does feature the full faceplate. And the easiest way to swap this out is to pop the head off. So we pop the head off right there. The neck went with him, but that's no big deal. How I do this, I take my nail, and I kind of start peeling around the back. Then I take my nail, and I start peeling around the front. And once you get the top of the head free, we just peel this off. And as we can see, his face is just its own little thing right here. We'll take this out, and we'll interchange it with his faceplate face. I do have to say, with my faceplate face, I did have the eyes pop out. They just pop right back in, but keep that in mind if you get this guy. The eyes might want to fall out. But we just swap that back, get that back on, and we have this really, really cool faceplate look. And this is absolutely impressive. What can I say, man? It looks so good. And popping this back on, here we have true warrior, ready for battle, Optimus Primal in his awesome Yolopark AMK series form. This guy's incredible. It really is. I love the articulation. I love the look. The accessories are really nice. In my opinion, I really think having the faceplate and the swords makes a lot of difference with this guy. And that's the reason that I did mention my issue with Bumblebee and Optimus, that they don't have the weapons. Because the fact that Optimus Primal does, in my opinion, really stands this one above the rest. It's a really nice figure. I think all of them are. But, man, there's even other things about Primal I haven't even started to get into yet that just make him my favorite. But it's time we do some comparisons. So here he is with the mainline Voyager Optimus Prime from Rise of the Beast, and here he is with the Studio Series Deluxe Bumblebee from Rise of the Beast. So you can see, just like Optimus Prime from Yolopark, he's looking about leader class size, which is pretty cool. He's like a modern leader class, and it just makes him so hefty, so substantial. And, you know, the fact that the retail price on this is cheaper than this, in my opinion, says a lot. We do need to make another comparison with another Voyager, though. Obviously, we need to take a look at him with the mainline Voyager Optimus Primal. So you can see, honestly, in my opinion, what this comparison does is show how nice that the mainline Voyager Primal looks. This has a lot of detail that this has. Now, granted, this one is very detailed and way more poseable than the transforming one. That's kind of why you want to get something like this, because look at him, he has the physique. This is Optimus Primal's robot mode from the movie. It looks incredible. But I just needed to show this, so you have some reference on different Optimus Primal toys in the line. And just like for the other ones, I wanted to make some Gundam comparisons. Since this is a model kit, I did want to show how it looks next to a Master Grade. This is the Master Grade RX-78-2 2.0, and with a 1/144 scale. This is the entry grade Strike Gundam Deactive mode. Love it. I just say it every time. So you can kind of see it's on the larger master grade size. And like I said in the other videos, I would say the complexity of the assembly itself is pretty akin to a master grade, you know, maybe a higher level Re 100. But the assembly on it is, you know, this took several hours. This took a couple hours. This took like 5-10 minutes. So if you're looking for an assembly kind of model kit, you might want to look to Yolopark's larger, you know, Earth Mode Optimus, you know, big shockwave, things like that. This is definitely a figure meant more for like quick build, quick play. But since, you know, it is technically a model kit, it still has a lot of detail that could use a lot of awesome paint work. And I think customizers would have a field day with these Yolopark kits, but they still look incredible straight out of the box. And lastly, here it is with a standard 6-inch action figure, Black Series Hunter. The reason I've done Hunter the whole time is because he was just the easiest to reach. And the Robot Spirits Gypsy Avenger from Pacific Rim Uprising. The reason I've been showing him is because in the other videos I've mentioned how the assembly and the construction of this feels a lot like this, and that is nothing but a compliment. These Robot Spirits Pacific Rim figures are some of the most fun robot action figures I've ever handled, and the Yolopark figures just have so much of that same feeling. They're great. So we've already taken a look at some of Optimus Primal's details, like his head, but taking a look at the chest, I love the little Maximal symbol. I love the little panels and things that kind of separate, and you see some of the fur texture. And I think they did a good job with the fur texture. I think it looks really nice. It does kind of look a little bit like a rhino hide instead of fur, but, you know, you see that and you get the idea. You get what this is trying to be. It's, you know, Optimus Primal's beast mode kind of poking out through the robot. I love the ribs, like the ab section. Look at that. And you even get like an extra one if you crunch it back. And if you crunch it forward, you know, a couple get concealed. So that's some really nice detail right there. The arms have some really cool piston-y looking detail. and we'll see some more of that later. The torso also, looking inside the torso, that is one heck of a robot. Look at all those little pistons and things. He just looks so cool. And even around the back, I love the shoulder blades, and he's got these little discs back here. I love the nice flat surfaces. It just makes it feel so nice. He has a spine, which is really cool, and a piece of his spine can actually articulate for like certain poses, which is kind of fun. You know, so like if you have him fully crunched, you can get that, you know, kind of flush. And then if you have him back, you know, you can have it back. If you have him twisted a little bit, you can twist that spine a little bit. It's such a nice little touch. He does have a butt panel. I just need to point that out. This is a separate piece. It's a butt panel that you apply when you're building it. And just to kind of give you an idea, I didn't really do this in the other videos. The assembly on this guy is seriously as simple as taking this and just pushing it on. You know, the assembly on these are really simple, but it's really effective and they do a great job. So I've already shown you some of the arms, some of the panels there. I love this big arm panel with the silver bordering, and it also is on a hinge to kind of get out of the way for certain poses too. So that's really nice. The legs. His legs just look so powerful. Again, I love the detail. The silver, the flat black, the sculpted detail. Man, just look at this. I love the asymmetry too with like the fur parts. It really makes it look organic. Yeah, I really love that. And again, some nice piston details within the thighs as well. Some really nice little details poking through. And he's got little knee pads, which you can't actually move, which is really nice. Then he does have little kind of shins. His shins are kind of tiny, but it does kind of keep with the gorilla motif. You know, he still has larger arms and, you know, strong but tinier legs. And his feet are really nice. His feet do kind of remind me of the original Beast Wars, which is really cool. Man, this is so nice. I love it. He's got these little sub-toes, too, which, believe it or not, actually do help for certain poses. Yeah, he just looks great. What else can I say? So looks out of the way, let's take a look at how this guy articulates. And this is where this truly shines. So the head alone. So the neck down there, as you saw when I popped it off, is on a ball joint. Then he's got a ball joint above for the neck. But unlike the others, on top of that, his head is on a hinge. So you can get even more like upward motion, which is incredible. And then you get a lot of downward. You get some tilt side to side, which is really cool. This back neck collar is on a little ball joint, so that accommodates what you need for it to accommodate. The arms are on these massive kind of butterfly joints. They're really good for getting out for like backward, but you do get some forward, you get some up and down. Then you have a separate shoulder, and you have this shoulder pad up here that gets totally out of the way. Look at that. Totally out of the way. So you get a bicep swivel, and then this is what I was talking about earlier. Look at the elbows. Look at this nice little piston action. So you get two joints. You get one down below that gets you a little under 90, but then this, it's not an actual piston, it's just a piece kind of getting shifted back, but it just adds this little bit of like Mecha Live looking detail to it. It's something that the Optimus Prime didn't really have, but the Bumblebee had with the really nice knees. But look at that range, man. Like, look at this. Get those elbows bent. Get those swords around his shoulder. Look at that. Man, that's so cool. You can have him posed where it looks like he's pulling him out of his back, which is really nice. I mean, come on, look at this thing. He does have the arm gauntlet articulation if you need these to move at all. So they're on like a hinge, and then they're on a ball joint. So you get a lot of range, maybe even like too much range. Not like it's a bad thing, but I don't really see myself ever needing to move it out this far. But I do appreciate the little articulation there. Then the hands, of course, are on really nice ball joints. Really firm, too. They really do hold their position. This one I noticed is ever so slightly looser, but that's a non-issue. It really is a non-issue. It still poses great. Still feels great. And then the torso. We already saw it has a lot of nice back, decent amount forward, and some nice tilt action too. I already showed you how the little spine flap works. You do have a waist rotation, which is really nice. But then the hips. The hips are similar to both Bumblebee and Optimus Prime, so you get the best of both worlds. So they're similar to Bumblebee because you don't have a panel that's like hindering them from, moving forward. But they're like Optimus Prime because they still gave him the drop down. So you can get some serious articulation out of Optimus Primal's legs. Look at that. Man, it's so cool. I love it. Man, when I was like opening these up and like building them, I was just in heaven. They're so fun. The thigh swivels right there. The knees, look at this. So he does have some piston-y action down here too. So you can see this piston right here is going to go inside the leg. And that's just a little bit of articulation you get up there. Most of the articulation is going to be down at this joint. So you get a lot of knee bend. Not a ton, but kind of looking at the detail and sculpt here, where would it go? I think it bends all it needs to. And then last and maybe least, I don't know, you still get a decent amount of range. The ankles move forward and back. Not a ton back, not a ton forward. You do get a little bit of toe articulation, again, not a ton. You do get these little toes, which can help for certain things, especially to make up for the pivot, because there isn't too much of an ankle pivot. There's definitely some, but not nearly as much as like Optimus or Bumblebee. So the articulation on Optimus Primal, in my opinion, is the best out of all of them. It does have a couple points that are better on the others than on Optimus Primal, but it feels great. And some people think model kit and they're like, oh man, I'm going to try to pose this thing and it's just going to fall apart. The fact that these are not model kits in the traditional sense, I'm having a blast posing these. Like, look at that. How long did it take to get him in this super epic pose? You could absolutely not do it with, like, the transforming mainline Voyager. It's incredible. Yolopark really has nailed it. They've done an excellent job with these, and I really can't recommend them enough. If these are the kind of figures you want in your collection, like I've said previously, go for it. Seriously, please go for it. I need to pose Optimus better. In the Bumblebee video, he was posed so horribly. Here, let me pose Optimus like he's, I don't know, lunging or something. They feel amazing. They look amazing. These really are the kind of figures you want in your collection if you want some non-transforming, really movie-accurate interpretations of some of the characters. I mean, just look at these. Just look at these. And knowing that, like, all three of these, is going to run you just, a little shy of $100, incredible. $30 each. That's less than a Voyager nowadays. And you saw Primal and Prime are about the size of a modern leader class. And they've got tons of moving parts, tons of detail, tons of paint, tons of sculpt, tons of articulation. These things are worth it. The only, thing you really gotta look past is the fact that they don't transform. That's always going to be the thing with Transformers collectors. If a Transformers toy does not transform, many people just absolutely dismiss it. And, that's understandable, because Transformers, it's in the name. They transform. However, for my collection and for how I collect toys, I have transforming versions of all these. And I'm going to have several different versions of these that transform. But, when I want to just mess with a fun action figure of the character, and I don't want to worry about transforming it, I just want to get it in crazy cool poses and just look at it because it looks super pretty, Yolopark is one of, if not the best option for non-transforming Transformers on the market. There is 3-0, there is Flame Toys, there's other companies doing really awesome stuff, but just for value for money, detail, articulation, things like that, Yolopark is up there, man. These are amazing, and I really want to see this AMK series continue. We've got these three. I'd love to see more from Rise of the Beast. Give me Mirage, Scourge, Pablo, RC, whatever. Give me more from the movie. But not only that, I would love to see Yolopark AMK series figures of Michael Bay Optimus Prime, Michael Bay Bumblebee, Michael Bay Megatron. Give me stuff from like Transformers Prime. Yolopark, go crazy. You've got an absolute winner on your hands with this AMK series line. These are incredible. I want more. Seriously, Yolopark, whatever you're doing, I want more of it. If you want to send it to me for free to review, I'll take it. I will absolutely take it and be super happy. But not only have you sent me these awesome things to share on the channel and, get people interested, you've also made a customer out of me. Because I am going to be keeping my eyes on you, Yolopark. You're doing some amazing stuff. And with that being said, Thank you guys so much for watching my reviews of these Yolopark Transformers figures. Watching the reviews really supports me. You know, since Yolopark sent these to me for review, I really appreciate all the views and the engagement that I've gotten with these. Special thanks again to Yolopark for sending these my way. Seriously awesome. So great. When I got the email, I was like jumping for joy. Thank you so much. And special thanks to channel members as well. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Alrighty guys, there we go. Rise of the Beast is we're in the 11th hour of Rise of the Beast. We've waited for this movie for years, and it's about to happen. So guys, this is the last video I will be making before I see the movie. Let me know what you think in the next video I do that discusses the movie. I have some other videos that are like pre-made that are like channel members right now. But I have not been this excited for a movie in a long time. And I hope you guys love the movie. I hope I love the movie, and I hope you guys loved these Yolopark figures, as well as all the other awesome toys coming out for this movie. The fact that we're getting so many different toys from so many different companies, it just takes me back to, you know, the prime of Michael Bay Transformers movies, like Revenge of the Fallen, you know, Dark of the Moon days, where it's just, oh, here's this thing, here's this thing, here's this thing. I love it. Alrighty, guys, thanks so much. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and thanks for watching, and thanks to Yolopark for sending these along. Have a good one, guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.